Hello everyone, it is Mr. Stubstep, and today we will be doing a value discussion on the Sun and Moon series set, Crimson Invasion. Now this is the 5th set that came out during the Sun and Moon series of sets, and after the last one, Shining Legends, we're going to be cooling down quite a bit in value and just excitement in general. So I'm going to have, like always, the link down to the spreadsheet down below if you just want to go straight to the data. And also I will have timestamps for everything too, so if you just want to skip this intro, if you've heard the intro once, there's really no point in listening to the intro again. But after the intro today, I will have a little tutorial on something that you can do on eBay to look up the best offer price if it's been slashed out. And then after that, I'll go into my normal graded card discussion and then the summary in the end. All right, so if this is your first time on these types of videos, I basically am just going over these, Excel, Google Sheet, whatever you want to call this. Well, I mean, it's a Google Sheet. And basically why I do this is it saves you guys, it can save you guys about an hour or two of research and just putting all of this information in one place. And obviously by the time this goes up and then like all of this stuff might be out of date, but I think it provides a nice snapshot of where the set currently is at as far as its collectability. And you can kind of predict moving forward, and I'm going to have my own predictions, but at the end of the day, we're all in this together and just guessing and just collecting what we like, selling what we don't like, and buying what we do like. For the raw and TCG player, how I find this price, I go into tcgplayer.com either on my phone or on a laptop or a computer. And if I'm on my phone, you just go to the top left and you click that menu looking button, and then you click Pokemon within that drop down menu, and then you click price guide, and then you can go from there and sort by set and by price and all that stuff. Grade, very self-explanatory. When I'm looking up grades for these cards, specifically on eBay, I don't look at any other sites. I try to find the PSA 10, and then from there I go to the closest to a PSA 10. Obviously, there's BGS, CGC, SGC, GMA. Like, there's a ton of grading things out there, but because PSAs, they have the longest history with Pokemon, it's the easiest to talk on those terms. Sold price, this isn't an average or anything. This is literally the last sold price for a card that I found, for that card specifically that I found on eBay. It doesn't include shipping, and it's rounded up to the nearest dollar generally, whereas the raw on TCG Player is rounded down to the lowest, or rounded down to the nearest dollar, because I mean, having decimals on a dollar, like, it doesn't really make a difference. Date of sale, self-explanatory, when it was sold. So if you see something that's recently sold, then maybe people are still kind of looking for it. If it hasn't been sold in 4 months, then maybe it's really rare, or people just aren't looking to buy or sell that. And then this is my newest inclusion as a PSA 10 population. This set isn't really too PSA heavy, and once again, this is only the PSA side of the coin. It doesn't include BGS or CGC or any of that, but I think once again, I think it gives a good snapshot. If you see any colors, this is what the colors mean. And then just basic information on the set. Its release date was November 2017, so about a little over 3 years ago this set came out. This is actually one of the smaller sets besides, Shining Legends was a holiday/special set, so it doesn't really count on its size. But this is the smallest set that has come out so far in the Sun and Moon series of sets. 13 secret rares, so slightly less, or a slightly smaller amount of secret rares, which is kind of nice to make it a little bit more reasonable to collect, but still a lot of secret rares. So yeah, right now I will go right into the tutorial for the best offer on eBay. Hello everyone. So now that I've figured out how to figure out how much a best offer listing went for, I'm going to show you guys just a quick tutorial really quick. I know this is very crude, just recording my computer screen, but I feel like it's just the quickest and most effective way while I'm currently making this new spreadsheet for the Crimson Invasion set list. So as you can see, I'm on Silvally GX, just the regular ultra rare. So I went to eBay, I typed in Silvally GX PSA Crimson Invasion. I'm scrolling down, trying to find the PSA 10 sold, and oh, right here, 22 December, a PSA 10 was sold, but best offer accepted, slashed out $55. How much did this cost? So what you need to do, and I'm doing this on just my laptop right now. I haven't figured out a way to do this on your phone. If somebody has figured out a way, then please share with the audience. So then it brings you to this because the listing is ended. Now, the step that I'm about to tell you, make sure you click on the See Original Listing before you do this step, because if you do it here, you're not going to be able to find it within the source code. So you're going to See Original Listing, and then you're going to come down here. I don't think it really matters where you right-click on here, but I just right-click in a blank space. View Page Source. You can also do this through the command Control-U or Command-U, I guess, if you're on MacBook. And then you're going to see the source code for the whole page, which is a lot of mumbo jumbo unless you've worked with this stuff before. And then you're going to type in tax exclusive price. So tax exclusive, you can see that I just finished doing this, and it's going to bring you to this. So you'll see these values right here, the buy it now prices at 55, which you saw it listed for, but then the tax exclusive price is what it actually sold for at 31. All right, and we're back. So now we're basically just going to go down this list and discuss any cards that I think are worthy of note. This video might be a little bit quicker as far as this portion because I'm going to be honest, this set doesn't have too much popularity when it comes to collectability. I'm pretty sure when this set came out, it had some decently playable cards in this set, but there's really nothing of note in the beginning. I mean, Kartana GX, this is a set that's, for lack of a better word, plagued with the Ultra Beasts, and I honestly do not see the Ultra Beasts doing really well until maybe 10, or not, I wouldn't say really well, like any doing decent at all until like 10, 15 years from now, when the kids that first, grew up with the Ultra Beasts and like Gen 7 was like their generation, then that's the only time I maybe might see some Ultra Beasts, because they're just weird Pokemon. Kartana GX being an Ultra Beast, I mean, it's really cool in the game. Has a cool typing, and it's fast and strong, but it's just... Savali GX is a pretty popular card within this set. As you can see, none of these prices are blown out of the water. Nihilelgo, I forgot how to pronounce that one. But that was pretty much the first Ultra Beast that was revealed within the game, and it's just kind of a weird one. I think it's like Poison and Rock, and I couldn't even find a 10 that was sold for it. 23 out of 41 for grading. All of these in general, their numbers are pretty low, and I don't think it's because it's rare. I just flat out think it's because people aren't wanting to send them in. And all of them are about 40, 50, 60% getting 10, so it doesn't seem like they're that difficult to grade either, at least for some of these more basic just GX cards. The Alolan Executor, I thought Alolan Executor would be a little bit more popular because, it's a long boy and everything, but I can only find a CGC 9, but it was sold 9 January, just not for very much. And the first card over $50 that sold for a PSA 10, Kartana GX Full Art. Once again, I mean, this card just doesn't mean anything to me. This Pokemon doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm sure if, it got you through the games or something. I'm not even sure if this card was popular ever within the card game, but yeah. I think the first true collectible card within this is Gyarados GX. There are a lot of Gyarados fans out there. I mean, you have, the Gyarados from base set, which, is featured in some of the boxes and all that. And you have a Shining Gyarados, which that with the Shining Magikarp were the first Shining cards ever. You do have Gyarados in Hidden Fates, but luckily, the Gyarados artwork within this set wasn't used in Hidden Fates at all. Hidden Fates got, that Gyarados GX for the tins, and then it had a regular GX within the set. But no shiny or anything like that. So Gyarados' artwork is a little bit more niche than some of the other cards. So it's a decent, unique artwork. And then we get into some full arts of the Ultra Beasts. And then the first over 100 we get to. Both sold January 3rd. It makes me think either somebody had a bunch of these and they were just trying to get rid of them for the new year, or there's somebody that's trying to collect all the secret rares or all the gold trainer cards out there in PSA 10, because they both sold for over 100. But if you look at all these trainer cards, you got the Counter Catcher, Wishful Baton, Warp Energy, which honestly this Warp Energy card I think looks really cool, and then the Counter Energy. So you can see the difference, the Warp Energy and Counter Energy. But all these energy cards, it doesn't appear... Actually, the Warp Energy has been graded a good amount, but these energy cards are a little bit harder to grade compared to the rest of the set. They're about 25-30% PSA 10 rate, which isn't like the worst thing ever, but compared to the other cards in the set, they are a lot harder to grade. So I thought that was interesting. So, if you have one that's in PSA 10 condition, who knows? It might be worth at least over $100 down the line. Who knows? We go to Gladion Full Art. So the first Full Art trainer of this set. Honestly, I didn't really like Gladion in the games. Never experienced him in the anime, but he's just, none of those like emo punk looking, not that there's anything wrong with that, but he's just like one of the emo punk looking villains, and is all evil, and then by the end, he changes a new leaf. Then the Gyarados GX Full Art. So this one, bringing home the big guns. Not too hard to grade, but $200 for a sell. And then we get into more of the Ultra Beasts and their secret rare forms. None of them are really too popular. I thought Savali GX would do a little bit better, but a PSA 9, I have it like in fractions here because I saw 2 sold listings, and a PSA 9 actually sold for more at 50 on December 10th. And then in November, I guess Savali wasn't too popping, and a 10 sold for only $30. So just goes to show you, like, you can make averages and, like, do all this analysis and stuff, but it's literally day-to-day, what are people going to pay for it? And then we get down to Olivia. So, not going to lie, when I first saw Olivia in the games, you start feeling some type of way because, there was a lot new to the Alolan region. I'm just going to put it at that. Lusamine full art. So I could only find this one on PSA 9, but looking at it, Lusamine is actually one of the more popular cards graded in this set. Only like a handful have been graded over 100 times. Gyarados being like half of them. And only 37 out of the 122 Lusamines graded a 10. Yeah, Lusamine, I mean, that's... less than a third pretty much, or like right around a third, got PSA 10s. And I personally like this artwork over the one. I think that she has another full art in Ultra Prism or something. Once again, Lusamine, spoilers, the mother of Lily. And, she's evil, and then obviously you beat her down and all that stuff. But I personally think she's going to do well in the long run. You have the Water Energy, Secret. And if you've seen my previous videos, you've heard what I've said about Secret Energies. They're definitely hard to grade. I mean, 48 out of 120. I mean, that's not horrible, but it's not great either compared to the rest of the cards in this set. And then top dog, you got Gyarados GX Rainbow Rare. This card is just beautiful, by far the best card in this set. If you have it, kudos to you. I mean, but raw, it's only $47, so it's still really affordable. But if you have it, recently sold 7 January, and it is by far the most graded card within this set. 240 have been submitted, and well over half, actually not well over half, but a little over half came back at 10, so it doesn't seem too difficult to grade. So going into some little tidbits down here, I have like kind of a comparison across the board of the last 5 sets that I've done. So GX's lowest average overall. Full arts, actually not horrible, but I think the Gyarados helped out a lot with that. And then Secret Rares, second to last, with Guardians Rising being the worst. I would argue, if you have a different opinion, then let me know. I would argue that Crimson Invasion is in fact worse than Guardians Rising. I would prefer Guardians Rising because there's at least more than just the Gyarados in this set. They have multiple Secret Energies. They have the Sylveon, which is an evolution, which is proven to be more collectible than Gyarados, even though Gyarados is a very popular Pokemon, being Generation 1, being a freaking water dragon. Like, it's a cool Pokemon. And then a little bit more interesting stuff. A Master Set was actually sold recently. Sold for $396, so not too bad, not too bad. I mean, the numbers of these cards based on this set, like, that's not bad at all. Average booster pack is a little over $2. That is very sad, but, I mean, you look at the cards in this set, you'll be like, oh. And then the booster box is still chilling about the normal price to pay, like, for a booster box right out the gate, even though, except for nowadays, everyone's, hiking up the prices even out the gates. But back in the day when a set would come out, you get it for like $90, $100. It's still hanging around that price. In summary, this set is probably the least exciting set that we've talked about so far. I think after this set, we'll be going into some more interesting sets again, but the completionist in me wants to hit up all these sets. So I'm going to break it down into 3 tiers, which with the collectible cards within this set. So the low tier, I'm going to put Gladion, and then Gladion's pretty much the only one I want to put in the low tier. So the mid tier, I'm going to include the Secret Rare Water Energy, Olivia, and Lusamine. So full art females, full art waifus, whatever you want to call them. They're definitely popular and up there, but these are definitely not, the top tier of the waifus. So I'm going to keep them in the middle tier, so along with the special, or the Secret Energy Water. And this Secret Water Energy, I think it's down there with like the Grass Energy and Lightning Energy and Fighting Energy. They're just not, because they're more common, they're not as popular. And so I'm putting them, kind of lumping them all together, because in comparison to all of their other forms, they're just kind of mid to low tier in general. But within this set, I consider them mid tier. And then the top tier, just the full art Gyarados and the Rainbow Rare Gyarados. I mean, it is a beautiful artwork. I'm sure I'll have shown you guys a lot of these cards that I'm talking about, but they're just beautiful cards. I mean, that's one of my favorite artworks of Gyarados, and Gyarados has a lot of cool artworks. So yeah, overall, that's pretty much all I have for Crimson Invasion. If you guys have any feedback or opinions, or you agree or disagree with anything that I've said here, please let me know. Yeah, you guys have a good one.